This video is sponsored by Your Death. Nope, that was a twist. Believable, wasn't it? Yeah. It was a twist. Or was it? Yeah, it really was. It was a twist. Nope, kidding. Twist. Twist. Twist, twist, twist. You gotta love twists. Argylle was directed by Matthew Vaughn and released in theaters last weekend. So, this movie stars a lot of great names. You have Bryce Dallas Howard, Sam Rockwell, Henry Cavill, Samuel L. Jackson, Bryan Cranston, Catherine O'Hara, Dua Lipa, John Cena, oh my gosh, Ariana DeBose. So many people, man. It's crazy. It's a crazy cast. So this movie is very heavily filled with plot twists, big reveals, stuff like that. So there will obviously be a pretty hefty spoiler section. It'll probably be longer than this one, actually. So go there if you want to hear the spoilers right away. But I would request that if you do want to see this movie, and you're not wanting to get spoiled, seriously, just don't watch that part because there is a lot of big twists in this movie, as you saw from the sponsor intro. So, we have this movie directed by Matthew Vaughn, director of Kick-Ass and Kick-Ass 2, which I haven't seen. I still haven't seen the sequel to that. I've seen Kick-Ass, but apparently he's doing a remake now, so interesting. So this man knows how to do some good action, okay? And I was going into this movie skeptical, but I was excited. I was like, are they gonna, miss the mark with this story? Because the story is actually pretty interesting. So, Bryce Dallas Howard plays a author named Ellie Conway. She has this series called Argylle, which is translated from page to screen through these basically like they're little like vignettes almost of the adventures of Henry Cavill's character Argylle, obviously, and as well as his team played by Ariana DeBose and John Cena. So you have that story going on, but in the real world, all of the stuff that she's been writing for the Argylle books is happening in real life. So I thought that was very interesting upon watching the trailer. I was really excited for that. So does that pay off? Not exactly, okay? So there is a lot of twists, as I mentioned. There are some that are kind of interesting, like the big one. I was like, okay, that's a good direction to take the story. That's interesting. And then it's kind of played off kind of ridiculously and done kind of sloppily. I'll get into that in the spoiler section. And then there's some twists that are just like, for the sake of the plot, that doesn't make sense. Why? Why is this happening? The action sequences are pretty great. There's one in particular towards the end, involves a lot of colorful like smoke and stuff. You got Sam Rockwell and Bryce Dallas Howard there firing off machine guns. Lots of fun to be had there. You have the cat. I love the cat. The cat's probably the best part of the movie. I really enjoyed that. The CGI, they do a bit of visual effects with the cat at certain points, and obviously throughout the action sequences. Didn't look the best. Didn't look awful. I've seen worse for sure, but I don't know. It took me out of it a little bit. The cinematography is alright. There's nothing really that stands out. The movie, I'll tell you this, is definitely too long. It's 2 hours and like 10 minutes. And it just felt like there were so many opportunities for the film to end, and it just never took that. It wanted to throw in, oh, another twist, oh, another shocking thing, oh, this person's turning bad, this person's good, are they going to help the person, are we going to have this person die, oh, that person just got shot, are they dead, are they coming back, and then, oh, we have this person coming in as well, what the hell is their deal, and it's just so overwhelming. It's a lot of overwhelming stuff. You got to really take it in just as fast as you can, because the film goes through it like a light. I mean, it is just going super fast through it. You don't have much time to really appreciate a lot of the elements of the story because they're throwing in all these different twists, and you're trying to figure out what's happening, and just as you think you're figuring it out, they drop a twist that just throws you off even more, which I could see that can be fun for people for general audiences, just generic, you're going to the film, you're going to the theater, sorry, going to the theater for the weekend, and, you're seeing the recent movie, I don't know if this is going to win you over if you're just a casual film fan. Someone like me, I was really anticipating this because I like Matthew Vaughn's directing in Kick-Ass. Obviously, the cast is great, as I mentioned, and I like the story, but the twists were just too overwhelming for this one. So, I'm going to get to the spoiler section because there's a lot to unpack there. I'm going to give Argylle a 6 out of 10. It could have been much higher if the twist kind of played it cool, played it casual, didn't overstay their welcome as much as they did, because they throw them at you in this movie, and then they make you think, and then you're like, this doesn't make sense, and, in terms of the story we're telling here. There's a lot of actors and actresses that are very underutilized. Bryan Cranston in particular, you have such a talent like him, the one who knocks. Oh, well, that was a spoiler. It's super underwhelming. Let me get to the spoiler section. Yeah, 6 out of 10. I'll see you guys for spoilers. Entering spoilers, the first big twist that we get is that Bryan Cranston's character, the director of this, the bad guy corporation, I can't even remember, it was that forgettable. They're trying to capture Ellie to figure out what's going to happen in this next chapter of Argylle, because of course the events of Argylle are actually they're happening in real life. And it makes sense later on in the film with the second twist. But here, you have Bryan Cranston's character trying to hunt her down, get this information out of her. But then it's revealed that he's her father. And then it just doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. Why would you spend an hour of the film trying to capture her when you are her father, and you could just be like, hey, you want to, I don't know, you want to hang out and then just get the information out of her? It would be really weird. And it would probably scare her when you're like, give me the information or else. But they brainwash her, okay? It's revealed later on that she's actually the real Agent Argylle, named Argylle. Agent Argylle, yeah. See what they did there. And she's this agent that worked for them, and they brainwashed her into thinking that she was somebody else to try and get intelligence from her, trying to get her to write the books to maybe learn what's going to happen in real life. It's so, I'm having a headache trying to explain it right now, because the way they do it is so heavy-handed. Like, they throw that at you in heavy force in this movie. And I was still trying to wrap my head around, okay, but how does this make sense? How does that make sense? Why are they doing this? I don't have an answer for you. I don't know why they're doing this. I don't know why. Why? Maybe I missed it, but why? Why are they doing this? I have no clue why they made her an author of this book instead of just having her be an agent and learn these things. It does not make sense, guys. I'm sorry. Maybe it does. Maybe I missed something. But my head was spinning trying to wrap my head around it then, and it is now. So, I'm going to keep it brief here, honestly. We get, later on down the line, Sam Rockwell's character gets, back, reunites with her, tells her, oh, that's not your mom, that's not your father, and then, deals with that. And then you get some good action. You have a good chase scene here and there within this movie. Jumping off the roof, the cat goes first, and the cat goes meow towards the camera. The cat's pretty funny, honestly. I was sad when they leave him during the scene where the parent reveal happens, but he comes back later, don't worry. But Sam Rockwell gets a hold of her, and then he brings her to this vineyard with Samuel Jackson there, and he's the, Alfie. The cat's name is Alfie too, but they named it Alfie, which is so, why? So Alfie is the cat, and then there's a character in the story named Alfie, and the person in real life is named Alfie. So, I have no clue. My head is spinning trying to explain this plot to you. Let me just get to what I'm saying. I'm sorry, this is a very unhinged review right now. So, They get to this vineyard, and he's like, "You are the real Agent Argylle." And he shows her all this information about her, how they brainwashed her. Sam Rockwell's like, "We loved each other," and then they captured you one day after you eliminated this hacker guy, and they brainwashed you into thinking that you were their daughter and that you're this author trying to gain intelligence about what's gonna happen next. But I don't understand. I just don't understand what their what the thinking is behind that. It's like, what more complicated way could you go about that than just having her write a book and then hope that her subconscious is gonna remember things and then she's gonna write them in the story. Honestly, guys, I don't know what the hell I'm even doing with this review now. It's so unhinged. I'm having a hard time explaining what the hell's happening. Really. Gosh, I'm speechless. That's gonna be it for this review. Cause my head is spinning trying to review this movie. I'm just gonna give up. They defeat Bryan Cranston and they kill him, and his death is very underwhelming. The cat scratches his eyes out, even though they needed that for the retinal scan. And then they're just like, "Oh, we can go to the top of the ship and do it. So why even screw with the?" I don't even know, man. And then they get saved by a character from the story, but she's the character that it's Ariana DeBose saves them from Catherine O'Hara, who's trying to like Winter Soldier Ellie or Agent Argylle, and she plays her own character, even though in the story she's playing the same character, but everybody else isn't playing the character in the real world. I'm confused, guys. I'm gonna let you guys go. Sorry for this review being so unhinged and disorganized, but this movie genuinely was so overwhelming. My head is spinning. It's the Grammys in a few hours, and I want to watch them for Olivia Rodrigo. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Take care, and goodbye.